What happened? Don't touch anything, you know. Just tell me what happened. Use the thing there and
Okay.
okay. I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. Again, I.S.U.P.K began at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K GEN.YAHANNA, the only man with the rank and the authority to be the leader at this time. So this light here is bright. You know. All right. This Wi-Fi thing. All right. Show of hands. Who have ever heard you saying that we are not African? Even in school, they hear that. Don't. Isn't it so? Right. Even in school, you hear that we are African. But we are not. And that is biblical. All right. Now, does that exempt us from catching COVID? What's the difference with we and the other nation? What makes us different from the other nation?
What makes us different?
Good. Give her a hand. We are all made in His image and His likeness. And color doesn't matter. So if color don't matter, why that $2 trillion? All right, Jamaica situation, $3 billion they're putting forward. Why then color don't matter? Make the majority of those some poor people. All right, so the Most High made man, and He chose one set of man, God's chosen people. He did not choose us. He did not choose us to be what you say now. You were not chosen to, you know, like some people make it in life and then they get show off on the rest of people. That's not what we are chosen for. We are not chosen, yeah, we. You are chosen to lead and to set the earth in order. Then, if the other races have a problem with you leading, well, that's where you're going in the face. But at the onset, we are not chosen to treat us like how they treat the blacks in America, the tribe of Judah. Just kill them. So that is why the Most High make sure that the vengeance is not yours, it's His. We are believing that's true. But without that being said, does that mean that you are exempted from catching earth? Not exempted. Because the laws teach you to be clean. So this thing now, they say social distancing and no handshake. Shaking hand is not a part of Israel. To greet each other and shake. That's how we greet. Say sanitize. For instance, you touch something that is an animal that the carcass of an animal that is unclean, wash your hands, wash your clothes, and be unclean until a certain time. Why? For the same thing, transmitting viruses, organisms. You are found in COVID, you are quarantined. That is in our laws, you know. If you read our laws carefully, we see like you have certain blemish on the skin, also you are to be isolated, and they don't even use the word isolate or quarantine from the society and placed under the care of the priest. You are not you are not to be mixing with the population in general. Why? For the same thing that COVID, same purpose with COVID now. You transmit any sickness you have to the rest of the population. So, now this is why I say that the church must not be allowed to do business as usual. You know, them thing and then just give trouble or just go in and out like that. The church must not be allowed to get back to business as usual and go on. Things that we are practicing to keep COVID from people is the things that are in the law. Quarantine, washing, that's not new to us. In no way new to us. This is what. Give me the other card. Card. The other card. The folder. Um, Come on, fix it. Run off and being quarantined right. So it's not new to us. Well, because of the short lifespan that we have, some things will appear new to us. But when you read our records, you would realize that it's not new. For instance, the last epidemic was about 100 years ago. How many persons would have been alive today that would have experienced that? If there's any alive, they would have been a child at that time. They wouldn't have any memory of what took place then. We know that is experiencing it. If in another 100 years you have an epidemic, we won't be around to tell the story. But the records of our holy book, our separate book, stands, and the record is always there. Or people can always look back and see what it is that they should do. It's the guide, you know, when you lose track, that's the manual. Go back to the manual. Now, when you check what the majority of diseases that are prevalent, that hit the world, that hit our people, one, it comes from breaking the law. All of it. All disease come from breaking the law. And majority of them comes from the heathen. For instance, AIDS, they say that's from the African or the Hamites. Now we have COVID-19 from the Edomites. And these are viruses that plague people. Now, this is why the Most High regard choose one nation or one person to be one set of people to lead one, avoid chaos. So I speak to this man, and this man will tell you what I said. So he speaks to the Israelites is supposed to teach the other nations how to be clean. Now, because of our disobedience, we were punished. And some little butterfoot nation took our place and tell the other nations that the laws are done away with. These laws are not to be kept. And you have things like COVID. Because if they were reading the laws, they would not be eating bats. So far. Right. But where is the proof that we are not Africans? Where is such a proof? All right. Give me ham. And all other persons get, especially Jamaican, kind of get upset when they hear that we are not Africans. Because we're going to read ham. The Rastafarians for quite a long while have been teaching us that we are African. Songs and everything. No matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. That's not true. You know that famous Peter Tosh song? Right. Don't mind the identity. As long as you're the nationality, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. But funny enough, you know the Africans were not referring to black men. You know they used to call black man the black Israelite. True Israelite. They were the ones who were referred to as black man. And that was one way of trying to hide their identity. So they call them black man rather than Israel. Today they say Jamaican, African American, Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, all these different nations that they put the different tribes under just to hide the identity. All right. Give me ham now from the Zanzibar. Volume. Volume.
Zanzibar picture by the dictionary. I'm going to read about ham. Young ham. Meaning of ham. Ham. Hebrew head cross hand. Youngest son of Noah, born probably about 9 to 6 years before the flood.
So Ham was the youngest son of Noah, born about 96 years before the flood.
And one of the 8 persons who lived through the flood.
Right, one of the 8 persons who lived through the flood and be saved in the ark.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Right, he was the progenitor or the father of the dark races.
Not the Negro,
not the Negro.
but the Egyptian.
Right, so Ham was the father of the Egyptians,
Ethiopian,
the Ethiopian,
Libyan,
the Libyan,
and the Canaanites.
Those nations are the original African nations. The Ethiopians, the Canaanites, Libyans, the Egyptians. Now we try to align ourselves with the Ethiopians, but that's not so. Why is it important in this time for us to know that we are not African? Because the Most High now is trying to figure us of the world. And when the next plague shall come, which we know not when and what the form it might be, it's going to push us even closer to each other and more away from the other nation. Let's look at just one virus, and the cut was clear. Clear cut. It's more obvious in places like America, where all races there. All these nations that were showing bad face, so to speak, to the Israelites, and those that were killing the Israelites, it just stopped. Huh? Right. NYPD, 3/4 of the field force, didn't turn up for work. Huh? Well, some of Corona and some trying not to get it. Yeah. Yeah. Send catch and bother. Yeah. Oh. Well, all right. So you see, those that were in cages, even though the actions that were taken, they didn't take these actions because they know that you are God chosen people, so they're going to stop doing these things. They were trying to save themselves. However, it's the Most High's action. That's how you know it's the Most High action. He said that He will bring us out. He will separate us. He will do it. Look how many years UPK have been on this street. We are there on the street. 50 years. Wow, and it's right on the 50 years, going on to 51. The Most High step in. Say, hold on, man. There you have been speaking for 50 years now. Give me a chance. Give me the mic now. Let me speak. And he just speak. Send his death angel. Send COVID. And his people now. All these atrocities take time removing from his people. And guess what? When this shall have passed, they're going to seek to go right back into it. Into all that they were doing. And then the Most High hit them harder again. Battery is a problem, battery dying. And then the Most High will hit them a little harder again. Alright. Finish reading. Oh, that is it. Give me Deuteronomy 27 and 1.
You elders of Israel commanded the people saying,
Yeah.
keep all the commandments which I command you this day, Israel.
Are the elders of the Ammonites.
The elders of Israel.
Oh. Elders of Israel, not the elders of Africa, of the African. Moses with the elders of not the Egyptians, not the Ammonites, not the Ethiopians, not the Libyans, not the Canaanites. Moses, with the elders of the nation that was called the Israelites, commanded the people, saying that they should keep the commandment that there is given to them this day. All right, go over to same Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So if all man was made equal, yes, all man made with equal ability, yeah. But the Most High chose one to be above all the nations of the earth. And purpose for that, for things like these. You have to have a leader, and a righteous leader. Esau trying to do it, but he ain't righteous. Esau have a perpetual hate for you. So, in times like these, you are left outside. He doesn't care about you. But when it comes to our kingdom, he's telling you that you're going to treat them the same way that they treat you. So guess what? They are the ones writing their books, you know. All the things that he has done against us. The Most High sinned against us, but he has done way more than the Most High told them to do. So that is why they are on the wrong side with the Most High. And that is why we say that the white man is the devil that is in the Bible. Now, all the other nation has done us wrong. But is one that has done way more wrong to us than the other. Right? All right, give me second Esdras 6, 54 to 56. Second Esdras. Who got it? Second Esdras 6. All right. Read.
Second Esdras 6, verse 54. And after thee, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Yeah.
All this have I spoken.
Adam is your name, misled. At the time of Adam, there were other people that were on the face of the earth. Other people were around. But the Most High chose Adam to be Lord of all the creatures. So after the and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So how come all man come from Adam? What caused that? We looked at that already. The flood. when the Most High chose Adam, when he raised Adam from a low state and breathed the laws in his nostrils and made him a living Noah at the time of the flood. So all those other persons who was before and who was not from the same lineage passed on in the flood. And then 8 persons were saved. And from that 8 persons, the Most High revisit all the other races who was 8 persons. So after Adam come we are. Even
God made the world for our sake.
the world was made for whose sake? For the sake of the Israelites. And who is paying the heaviest now to live in this world? Yeah. Check the amount of the land that is ours. So they tax you to sustain some people that are in your land. Yeah. Right there in the Big Apple. So the earth was made for our sake, but because of disobedience, we're not inheriting it. Continue. What other people? The other races that are not Israelites. Right, continue.
God says that they
I said, I'm sorry, it's just, I said that these other people are nothing. They are like people. Continue.
and the abundance of them also a drop that falls from a vessel.
So as huge as the population of Moab is, to the Most High, they are like a drop that fallen from a vessel. Now this is content. That's what, 56? Okay. All right, give me Babylon to Timbuktu, coastline of Africa. All right, so the earth bears record of how we get to Africa. Now this one, let me say, Black races, including the Black Hebrews by Rudolph R. Windsor. Design, okay, that's person who designed the book. But this is a book written by, I think he's an Israelite, by Windsor. So what Mr. Windsor did was to study records outside of the Babylon to Timbuktu. And Babylon to Timbuktu explains how we got to the coastline of Africa. Continue. Read. We're going to read from the second or third paragraph.
In the year 55 BC, in the year 55 BC, the Roman army from
the Roman army under General who? General Pompey captured Jerusalem. So that you don't see it that way in the Bible happening in the world. Continue.
General Constantine and his son, Titus, put an expedition with great
General who?
Constantine.
So General, who was General Pompey? Mm-hmm. All right. So General Vespasian and his son decided, all right, here we are in now. So guess what? It's the end of you. No surrender. There's no account of anybody that they took as prisoner. Meaning that
atrocities were committed against the revenue of people.
against what?
Revenue of people.
Right. So many atrocities. So they make fun of before they kill you. And they call it that's the residue. Those who stay behind. Those who love the white man and believe that the white man is coming to save them. Save them from who? I don't know. But they stay behind. They're just going to surrender. They are loving people. Oh, look at them. Look at them. They can't hurt a fly. Let us stay behind. Oh, the white man put himself as that. We didn't do that. No. Yeah. Continue.
During the period from conflict to Julia, it has been estimated that over 1,000,000 Jews fled into Africa.
The period from probably half the population of Trinidad. Fleeing, going into Africa. That's a whole lot of people. That is 1,000 and something years ago. So imagine how they breed up. Yeah. Wide open country, food at your leisure. What else is to do? Get children. But how did those 1,000,000 Jews fled into Africa? How did they know that they could go into Africa? All right. Give me Matthew 24. All right, give me all right. Abomination of desolation. All right. Down to 15. Read verse 15.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, standing before the place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
All right. So you just show them put it. Whoso Christ put it. Who read it, let him understand. That's like a puzzle. So from the time of Daniel, Daniel spoke of the abomination of desolation. Guess what? In the time of Christ, it was the second time it was happening. The first time was when? When was the first time that the abomination of desolation took place in Judea? The time of the Grecians. When the Grecians started to sacrifice pigs on our altar and forcing people to sacrifice pigs. Yes. At that time of the Grecian, the kingdom would have been at an end. But because Christ was promised and the Most High said the kingdom will not fall until the Redeemer, Christ, be born, then we were given power over the Grecians and we overcame the Grecians. But in the time now after Christ, Christ come and fulfill that prophecy. So the second time the abomination of desolation came on Judea, that was in the time of, that would have been when? How much years now? Oh, 70 AD? Right. That is after Christ's crucifixion. Mark your here now, you're going back to it. So read on Matthew 24, 16 now.
Verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Right. So Christ commanded his people at the time that those who are in Judea should flee to where? Hello, don't mark it. No pen, no pen. Flee to the mountains. If you need to mark it, use a pen. Here we go. So continue reading from no, not Matthew 24. From that Babylon to Timbuktu.
Flee from Rome.
No, not from there. Where that
During the period from Trumpet to Julian,
right.
it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
So from that time, this is when the abomination of desolation now taking place that Christ people. Because when the Romans came in, they did sacrifice pigs there and our altar. They damaged them, licked down the entire temple. They were determined to put an end to the Jewish state. But Christ knew that this would come. So Christ says, don't bother fight. Flee to the mountains and escape. Right? And the record of the world, or the earth, holds record that over 1 million of us fled into Africa. Fleeing from Roman persecution. That was how we got into Africa. Huh? Right. Because those who were captured went into slavery. Or they went back to Rome and fought as gladiators. So who became the gladiator? Those who decide that they are going to stand up and fight. The fake Israelites who say, the Lord is with us. It's not you alone God speak to. God speak to we too. We are Israelites too. So we're going to stand up and fight. They are the ones who end up as gladiators. It's just like today you see the fake Israelites. In the time of Maccabees, they were fake Israelites who decided that they were going to fight. And then were somewhere and they're going to keep the law. And when the enemy came at them on the Sabbath, they said, we're not going to take up any sword on the Sabbath, because we should have work on the Sabbath. And they were slaughtered. Maccabees said, Sabbath or no Sabbath, come. Sabbath or not, you come and say you're not going to die. Right. Because they did not understand how to keep the laws. Just like today. Yeah. The fake Israelite groups. Yeah. When the atrocities come now, they are the ones who are going to tell us to stand up and fight. All right, continue reading from Babylon to Timbuktu.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets at that time, full of black Jewish slaves. Now, these were the ones who weren't listening to Christ. They were the scribes and the Pharisees and their followers. The same one who John the Baptist wanted to die. The same one who Christ said, is speaking parables so that they don't understand. Yes, they died. They went into slavery. They became gladiators. Continuing.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
No, man. That's not flow. That's not flowing.
The prophecy and all the residue of the prophecies contained in Israel.
Right. Read up the raise the voice. Somebody need glasses. Continue. Something fell on the ground.
It is stated here, Deuteronomy 28, verse 64 is quoted. And the following paragraph says, this prophecy and all, I read that what is quoted?
Yeah.
28, verse 64.
Hold on, let's go to Deuteronomy what?
28, verse 64.
All right, so in the book, what's the book again? Babylon to Timbuktu, which is telling about Deuteronomy what?
28, verse 64.
28 and 64. I think I know that number one. Something about scattering among our nation. All right. Read, fine. Let's back our pick up that one. Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth, even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So at the time of the Abba, at the time 70 AD, that was one of the scattering, because we get scattered so many times, even after that. One of the scattering that took place among us. As a matter of fact, it was the end of our country, the end of our rule. Just like how you have Assyria after World War I and World War II, Assyria just disappeared, meaning it just stopped. Yeah, we don't even know exactly how it works, but probably there was some, Assyria. There was a country named Assyria. There was Syria and there was Assyria. Yeah. They're talking about I don't know which country that would be. But Assyria was the remnant of Assyria now, they are in Afghanistan and that region there. It was, as a matter of fact, it was divided into 4 countries. Part of it went, the majority of it, though, I think, became Afghanistan. You're wondering how so many countries go into Afghanistan and can't control them. Because those men that are fighting are remnants from an empire, a very powerful empire that was in the earth, known as Assyria. And they are break up into factions or tribes. They call them warlords today. But Assyria was a country that was probably as powerful as Egypt. So they ceased to exist. There are other kingdoms. There was one named Prussia. There was Russia and there was Prussia that ceased to exist after World War II when they decided that they are going to reorder the world in the land now to be the Jews. And the kingdoms who had more said no. Said, no, 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 we're not going along with it. But however, all those who did not go along with it came to an end. Prussia was one such country. And there are others. And there are other factions who say, we will support you. Like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, there was no country named no Saudi Arabia before World War II. Saudi Arabia was born after World War II. So, it's World War III now. They are hoping that in World War III to put a full end to us. You look, you better believe that's what is on the agenda. Why you think we are pushing so hard for people to wake up? What? We don't have nothing to do. We don't have to do why we go on the street and talk to the people. I will just love Mike, I will just love Chad. We know what is coming. Christ knew what was coming at this time, you know. That was why he was on the street speaking to the people. Because Christ knew of the abomination of desolation that was coming. Well, today now, the UPK is trying to wake up the people again because we know what is planned for World War II. And if you are not awakened by then, it's only one thing, death. Or, you see what is happening with COVID-19 now? How it is diminishing economies. They are going to try and rebuild these economies, you know. And what do you think they are going to use? They are going to use to try and rebuild the economy of the world. Tell me. Cheap labor. And whenever this world requires cheap labor, it's one set of people they always look to. Remnant is after the war. So it might be in their interest to break out another war. Because one thing America has learned is that war builds their economy. Of course. Because if I can war you and come take away all the things that you have, of course my economy will be big. Huh? All the gold, silver, and precious metals and fat of the land. If I can war you, no matter war is this our blessing. World War I, World War II. Who came on top? Esau. So it's their hope at World War III, they'll be on top. My God. So it is their hope that after World War III, they'll be on top. So we are here waking our people up, let them know that, look, it's not for you to sit down and go to the parties and sing Kumbaya with the Christians and preach that God loves everybody. That's not what is going to save you. Because what is out there, what is real out there? I mean, look at the stimulus package that they are putting out, whichever country. Who is benefiting? It's not our people. Yeah. So World War III, who you think that they are hoping would benefit? You? Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for the Most High's chariot, we would have perished. All right, go back to Babylon to Timbuktu. So over 1 million of us went into Africa as, sorry, The slave markets it's a slave market, were full of black Jewish slaves. So they invaded our country, took us as slaves. But those of us who believe in Christ, remember what Christ taught us, we fled to the mountains. Now we are the remnants of those who fled into the mountains. And bear in mind, this, what happened at this time in Christ, when Christ was on earth, is not the northern kingdom was already out. So all the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Venezuelans, all those Latin American countries, they were already out. So who were the ones that were kicked out and went and fled into Africa and end up in slavery? Benjamites, Judites, half of who? The Levites. In other words, the southern kingdom. As the northern kingdom fell probably about 500 years before this, or longer. No, longer than 500 years before Christ. So, those of us who listen to Christ, we are the remnants of those persons. The Asians, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, well, the Barbadians, the Grenadians, the St. Lucians. Call them, no man? No, the Cubans were around here already. The Bahamians, St. Vincent, Kitts and Nevis, Dominican, St. Lucian. Yeah, I said the Asian. Right. And the Americans, the black Americans, the tribe of Judah. They put Judah in one place, and scatter Benjamin. Yeah. Yeah, but these, we not liking the Asians is what was taught to us by our oppressor. And they did this so that we don't seek friendship from the Asians. Because remember, the Asians fought and got their freedom long before everybody else. So their teaching was that freedom is catchy. So if we friend the Asians, we're going to want freedom as well. All right. So how wicked are the Asians more than the Jamaicans? Tell me. Yeah, over belief. So who is more deadlier? The man who believes in over the man who will take the gun and come shoot? Make which gun? Gun don't make anything. Shipment. Come from the US, transship through Haiti and reach here. That hatred that we have for the Asians was a seed that was planted in us by the oppressor. Because the Asians fought their revolution and gained their freedom. And they did not want us to do it. So they tell us all kind of things. That the Asians are obvious workers. You know about Kumina? You know about Kumina? You know about Kumina? Kumina probably more powerful than the Asian magic, You don't think so? Yes. And?
She's terrible. Real terrible. So help me, she
The Jamaicans are the same. Jamaicans are the same. Black Americans are the same. It's just the thing that people do when they find themselves in poverty. So we're not involved in a witchcraft to get money. You don't know. What is drug dealing? Hello. When the people take the drugs, what happens to them? I know what? I know what? Portion and poison. It is something that has no power over you as an Israelite. No divination against Jacob. Of course she might be. She might be. But I'm saying to you, yeah, but it's the same attitude that they had that got rid of the poison in the food, put things in there to let them hallucinate. So you see 5 man, you're fighting, it's a war, you're at war. All is fear in love and war. Anyway, Israel have a way that we fight war, right? No, they were in punishment to punish us through the slavery. The Asian, they cut it short, so the Most High punished them. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, you know, if you ever hear about rotation,
How are the brown skin Asian treated? Hello? Hi. How are the brown skin Asians treated? Yeah. Because their skin color. You know, voodoo is a religion. Yeah. Ghetto. Exactly. So how ghetto people treated in Jamaica? All right. Canaanites, a ghetto. How did that? It's the same like how we close school now. When the French started 80, they had to close the schools and hospital and give the money to them. And those schools and hospitals don't walk back. People don't go back to school to the man who eat pork and the man who kill a man. What about the difference? If two of y'all are breaker. And the punishment for breaking the law is death. So if you stay in your abode, talking no one and you eat pork crab shrimp, you are just deserving of death, like the man who out there killing people. The Asians, when Haiti was in problem and the Asians flee to Jamaicans, what did we do?
Send them back.
We sent back a lot of them.
Get them to come back.
All right. When Cubans fled to Jamaica, what did we do? No. They never sent them back. They didn't send them back. Israelites. Majority. Schools and hospitals. Israelite tribes, you know, they are the tribe of Manasseh, of which we are a descendant. The Asians, tribe of good social workers, persons who can work in the school or our industry. We take them in. What they did in Florida, they built a community for them. Why? Because as far as they're concerned, they are bringing something. It was a similar thing with the 80s, you know. A lot of those who fled come here, they were engineers, you know. Here, in part, in what he knew to you. But we realize him know him stuff. But he was an Asian. And you know, so people they never like it. Eh? Yeah, man. So it's a good thing we touch this topic, you know. That you really need this baptism. They are your brothers and sisters. They are a tribe and of our. All right. What is witchcraft? What is witchcraft? But just I tell you. All right. Well, it's that white Christ will then give you. How truthful is it? Where in this Bible is that white Christ? Exactly. So they are trying to bewitch you with a white Christ. How you mean they're not giving a white Christ? For your little child, you know, said Christ white. Of course. Which your Bible telling you that you are not an Israelite. So prior to you coming in the truth, did you know you were an Israelite? Did you know that Christ did not die for everybody? So you were bewitched. Okay. Witchcraft now. What witchcraft does, is use things that are naturally available to gain the person who is the witch favor to themselves. That is witchcraft. So that's what Christianity does. It bewitch you so that you become favorable to who? The white man. Right? So what the Asians probably is doing, because their religion over there, they have Catholicism, but they have voodoo. Voodoo is a big religion over there. And just like how it says in our scripture, but we have to break them out. Tonight, and something that we can't do anything. What you must fear now is when they will come physically lick you. Yeah. That is called voodoo doll. If you can go there. So you are commanded as an Israelite, once you are keeping your laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what is your commandment? You are. No, that's the fear that is in you. That's the fear that is in you that is going to throw you down. Yeah. All right. But you had a friend who was on you. Yourself in the truth before you trust them. You know that? Everyone should prove themselves in the truth before you trust them. You have that right. Your religion is voodoo, yours is Christianity. Voodoo have them shrines and things, they call them shrines. Priest bring energy to himself and things to bring energy to the white race. Then that means the Bible with witches do that. Well, listen, there is no divination against Jacob. Want to come in the truth? But you think in UPK, if you are a coward, you don't belong in the UPK. But at the same time, watch this. At the same time that you are saying that you would never go into eating, what that is controlled by the white man. That is just you sitting down in your little place saying these things. Why your heart need a squeeze out against your brother. Quiet. What you need to come to the realization is that there is no power in what they are doing. Hello, man. You need to come to the realization there's no power in what they are doing. How do you know that? Baptism, you don't. If you talk on that water, you will drop. Listen. Must come to the realization there is no power in what they are doing. If there was any power in what they are doing, they wouldn't be hit by so many earthquakes, they wouldn't be hit by so many storms, they would have stopped them. and they wouldn't be the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. They would have been richer.
Okay, that's the thing. They are not.
So that shows that all that is happening is just a mind game against them own self.
They can't do anything. Not influential, actually, but they can't.
That's the first thing you should do. Make yourself rich. You see the white man use witchcraft and work for himself. Him come up with him formulate Christianity. And you carry every penny you work, carry go give him. And him build governments out of it, him build reserves out of it. He even bewitch you that you come and fight his war. Well, I'm telling you, there is no power in the poor people in love one. Oh, yeah. Same place here. You never know that. Yeah, but you are worried about the Asian and the witchcraft. Okay, but you're not be around them people have to find out that. Oh. Well, guess what? They can bury things in your yard, throw pies in your yard and sell it for cheap. Oh, so you're not free. The Asian is the one you're not. What? Dwell on this point. I let it slide because I realize something. It is important that we recognize our tribes and bring them back. And it is one. They are the Levites. The punishment that they've gone through. Remember, they were the ones who were reaping the Lord's portion in our kingdom. The 1/10 that they pay. And how did they treat people in return? So all the laws and teaching of the laws was under them. And what did they do with it? They used it to oppress the people. So it's their punishment for doing that. But forgiveness is also for them, just as it is for you. Just like it is for all the other 11 tribes. That's how it works. You're not bound to have a friend out there who is a Levite, who is not in the truth, because such person is in some other religion, probably even different from what you know. Right? You're not bound to. But in the truth, they are your brother. They are your sister. Yeah.
We were praying that there were many who were around him, listening to teaching. The same one who go and the one who
Yeah.
Taking them into Christ, that's not different. We find that what has realized what has happened among others in Christ is that we have been so poisoned against each other by our oppression that we cannot see through the fact that yes, we are
Christianity that make you hate them so. Yeah. You haven't seen that. Huh? All right. She be with you too. So you get a double bewitch. Yeah. Then look how much I pass for them I got over, man. Trying to use.
it's like I made a brother with my church because before when you come on, you can do my friend.
All right.